this thing plugged in. It's good, but I didn't need it after all. So now I have to go back, guys. Sorry. Apologies. The painter. I hope it doesn't not allow me to do this. Good. Your previous checkpoints will be replaced. Your story will be updated as you play. Story won't be overwritten. Checkpoints are disabled. Flowchart progression is disabled. I'm not gonna save it, guys, because I want to play this. I played it, but the audio wasn't going through because of that keyboard thing. So I apologize for that. Many of you were looking forward to me actually showing progression. This time I'm just gonna play it and talk about it. Don't know why it's so bright in here. Actually, I do. The light is shining right in front of me. One moment. I'll be just gonna step away for 1 second. Well, what I'm going to say about this first, before I go any further, is that this is interesting the more I thought about this part of the game. The first thing you find out about Marcus is that he's a caretaker also. And he's probably the exact opposite of caretaker in his personality, in what he's trying to get to eventually. Again, this is one thing I talked about, that the artificial intelligence in this game is trying to mimic life. In a way, that's what we're going to do eventually when, species have been eliminated. We're just going to mimic the life of what should have been here. It's not really us taking over, it's technology taking over for itself. It's funny that I have to say it that way, but in a way it's like there's an honesty to that. Just gonna check around the place for a minute. Funny, the artificial and superficial of life, which is probably why I don't feel that same way about it. And I feel like this game kind of shows the atmosphere of that way of thinking. I'm thinking that it's good to be about humanity, but like the way it's juxtaposed a lot of things together to try to say that humanity and artificial intelligence can work together, but in a way it's not working together because we're only mimicking what life is, and that life should have just stayed here the whole time. It's like, why didn't it? What was the problem with the life that was there that it had to be taken away, or it had to change? What was so wrong about it? Maybe it's not about, and to me, I kind of feel this way, that it's not necessarily about wrong and right. It's like everything sort of just fit a certain way to where people could, either assimilate some sort of character or decide they've done the right thing. Or, in a lot of ways, what society always says, which is, somebody who does something bad, or not even necessarily does it for a bad reason, and even considers it bad, but because no one else is kind of initiating the same thing, that they're wrong. You know, that if you're not going along with society's pile, you're wrong. That's it. Like, there's no manner of, okay, I could accept that as you have your own, you know, you have your own thoughts, you have your own mind. It's like everyone will decide whether or not you have your own mind in every situation. So here we are. As a caretaker to... I know the guy's name. If you know his name, reach out.
Good morning, Carl. It's 10 a.m. The weather is partly cloudy, 54 degrees, 80% humidity with a strong possibility of afternoon showers.
It sounds like a good day to spend in bed.
I did go to pick up the paint that you ordered.
Oh, yes, I've got it. That is the difference between...
Sorry, I gotta try to move a little closer in. Yeah, that's better.
With me, right, Marcus? You never forget anything.
I'm gonna pause it for a minute there. What he said was important. You never forget anything. See, even though we accept that humans are flawed and without perfection, the one thing we can't seem to get through our heads and still are divisive about is that we want perfection. That's the only thing that we have not retreated from. And I think that's important to say, because it's like, wow, really? You know, even though we've accepted that humans are all different and they're not going to be the same, somehow we're still falling into the trap of saying we still need something perfect.
Show me your arm, please, Carl.
No.
Carl. Thank you.
I just opened my eyes and I'm already gritting my teeth.
Oops, gotta press R1.
Humans are such a fragile machine. They break down so quickly. All this effort to keep them going. Hey, what happened to your clothes?
Oh, it's nothing. Just some demonstrators in the street, Carl.
What a bunch of idiots. They think they can stop progress by roughing up a few androids. I hope they didn't harm you.
Oh, no. They just pushed me around, Carl. I'm fine. Okay. I'll take you to the bathroom now.
I was always thinking about how people use the idea of, you know, nursing homes and things like that. This is it.
Anything special on the agenda today?
Yes, there's the opening of your retrospective at the Museum of Modern Art. The gallery director left 4 messages asking to confirm your attendance.
I haven't decided yet. We'll see about that later.
Okay.
What else?
Just your usual fan mail. I've already answered.
Any news from Leo?
No, Carl. I can call him if you like.
No. No, don't bother.
What he was saying there was important. Because it kind of builds the atmosphere of what the artificial intelligence and the humans are doing. You know?
I'm starving.
Well, your breakfast is ready. Bacon and eggs, just the way you like them.
Thank you, Marcus.
You're welcome.
You know, you think about it. Nursing homes, all those places, they're gone now. Artificial intelligence, they got it. I don't think I'm really necessarily looking at it as like the future saying things. It's more about what people have been saying over the years. Why there is nursing homes, why there is homes for the elderly, and just homes for people, homes for just people that are just waiting to die. Because the relationships, the people we sort of build with, are just sort of dying in that same sort of way. Here we are. My main man. If you can think of his name by the end of the video, I'll tell you. But he's an actor.
Thank you, Marcus.
Was in the Alien movies, I think.
Why don't you find something to do while I finish my breakfast?
Sure. Okay, Carl.
This time you won't see me do too much. I'm going to go back to the book. Let's do Plato.
What are you reading?
Plato's Republic. It's one of the books you recommended.
So, what do you think?
I quite like philosophy, I think. It asks the questions that I can't answer. What is right or what is wrong, for example. It's not something that is so easy to decide.
Asking questions that have no answers is part of being human, Marcus.
But is it without
One day I
answers?
won't be here to take care of you anymore. You'll have to protect yourself. Make your choices. Decide who you are.
I gotta stop right there. Make your choices. See, there wasn't anything said about want or desire or needs, but choices.
And want to become. This world doesn't like those who are different, Marcus. Don't let anyone tell you who you should be. Let's go to the studio.
I like it. As I said, I really don't get why philosophy is always labeled as something that doesn't really have an answer, when it always does. Philosophy is the answer itself. Our philosophies in life are the answers itself.
Let's see where we left off. Remove the sheet.
Have to clean quick. Oh, excuse me.
So, what's your verdict, Marcus?
I'm not programmed to criticize art. You would be a much better judge than I would.
The truth is, I have nothing left to say anymore. Each day that goes by brings me closer to the end. I'm just an old man clinging to his brushes.
Carl.
But enough about me. Let's see if you have any talent. Give it a try. Try painting something.
Paint? What would I... Painting what?
Anything you want. Give it a try. That is a perfect copy of reality. The painting is not about replicating the world. It's about interpreting, improving on it, showing something you see.
Carl, I don't... think
I like
can
what he
do
said
that.
there.
It's not in my program.
Go on.
Showing what you
Try it.
see.
Grab that canvas.
It's a personal thing, of course, but it's also a touch of what the reality is outside of what is figured to be there.
Close your eyes. Close your eyes. Trust me. Try to imagine something that doesn't exist, something you've never seen. Now concentrate on how it makes you feel, and let your hand drift across the canvas.
Let's do it. Okay. One thing I want to say about that painting right there. Just kidding. I'm pointing at you guys. I'll back up a little. It's interesting because I feel like that's what people feel when they're ostracized from society, when there's something personally done out of contempt. And not necessarily out of contempt, but just because something has been registered for such a long time to be a work pattern, which is what the Trevor Commune is about. It's about androids filling the gap of what humans don't want to do anymore, I guess. Or maybe someone has said they don't need to do anymore, or let's get out of that issue and let these things take care of it. It runs the gambit of what happened in the 1950s and 60s, which was China taking over for markets of work that slowly started to build into sweatshops and everything else over the years. That picture right there is the pain that comes from the identity of where that work goes to. Because that picture isn't just about the pain in that person, but it's the workload. It's everything that's just left on them. It's a lot. It's blood. It's everything involved in that.
Oh my God.
Hey, Dad.
Leon. I didn't hear you come in.
No, I was in the neighborhood. I thought I'd stop by. It's been a while, right?
You all right? You don't look so good.
Oh, yeah, I'm fine. Hey, listen, I need some cash, Dad.
Again? What happened to the money I just gave you?
Well, it just goes, you know?
Yeah, you're on it again, aren't you?
No, I swear it's not that.
Don't lie to me, Leo.
What difference does it make? I just need some cash, that's all.
Sorry. The answer's no.
What? Why?
You know why.
Yeah, I think I do know why. You'd rather take care of your plastic toy here than your own son, right? Tell me, Dad, what's it got that I don't? It's smarter, more obedient, not like me, right? But you know what? This thing is not your son. It's a fucking machine!
Leo, that's enough. Enough.
An important part of that is
You don't care about anything except yourself and your goddamn paintings. You've never loved anyone. You never loved me, Dad. You never loved me.
it's like you know, you're facing this, and the thing is, anybody close to it will always be torn to bits too in that way. That's why I felt like Detroit Become Human also shows that humanity and machines and stuff like that, it's like such a... It's okay. There's nothing new I did. Oh no. Do I want to start another playthrough?
Accessing the extras section.
I just want to make sure it starts at the right part. You know, it takes about 25 to 30 minutes to beat each section for me. I'm just making sure that it's starting at the next part. I would play more, but literally, I think playing this little by little is a lot easier for most people. So I'll do about 25-30 minutes each time, or if it goes a little longer, obviously more. There we go. We're good. Let's see the flowchart for this one. Just give you an idea. 75% complete. I waited outside last time. I could do something different. Okay. Crime scene. Let's see. Check shower. Analyze the body. Analyze a baseball bat. It says check shower. And it also says that that one is from... It's from the crime scene thing. I don't even know. But that's another part that would have been unlocked too. Wow. That's a big one because it's the one that leads to that other part. Found deviant. Well, just showing you how the flowcharts work. Now, like I said, this one really showed me the, I don't know, the identity of the machines, I guess. Especially this machine because of it being a caretaker and also falling out from that.